Hey there, guys and gals. It is the D and Johnny Super Show presented by the Comixstravaganza Network. Oh, this is the D and Johnny Show. This is the greatest show you know. Some people started watching it not knowing what it was, and they'll continue watching it forever just because this is the D and Johnny Show. Presented by Comixstravaganza, and you can find us at comixstravaganzalive.com, Facebook Comixstravaganza, and on Twitter, Live Comics. And of course, don't forget our Patreon page, Patreon/Comixstravaganza. For all of you watching on Facebook, there you go. So, I am your host, the time-traveling, comic book loving, diesel punk prophet of pop culture. You may know me as Big Daddy Cool. You can call me Johnny. And of course, we've got the lovely and talented, the mythical creature herself, the original geek girl, D. Barty.
It's something new every week.
Well, you know, it's just whatever rolls off my tongue, you know?
I never knew where you were going with that.
That's what makes us different from all of the other shows on the net. We have no script and no net.
Sometimes.
No safety net. Well, if you guys are tuning in, you may notice our environment is a little bit different. We are actually coming to you live from the actual Houdini room at the Casa de Cool. This is my office where all of the magic happens. And D, just step that way too. Here you can see the desk with my framed comics. These are signed by John Byrne, my favorite Captain America issue. That was a gift from Shannon Ray at Marble City Comic Con. And just, you know, got the Vader corner over there and Entertainment Center and, you know, the Houdini Library right over there.
Oh, they can't see that.
I know they can't see that, but our guests can see that.
It's awesome.
We have live in-studio guests, and we're going to introduce them in just a minute. But before we do that, D, we got to acknowledge our sponsors.
Yes.
GraphicPolicy.com. If you're watching us live right now, you're either watching us on Facebook or you're watching us on GraphicPolicy.com. And folks joining us on Facebook, we really can't see the comments.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So
we're kind of awkward too.
If we can answer, we will. But if we don't let it hurt your feelings. But please still give us thumbs up, likes, hearts. And we're going to have a whole lot less of those tonight because the people who usually comment and like us the most are here. Also, we want to thank Comic Bento. If you love a bento box of comics, a mystery box of comics in your mailbox every month, you can get $50 worth or more for less than $20. And mycomicbento.com. Let me show you what I got in this month's. Over here on the desk in the Houdini room is my stack of stuff to be read or that is in the process of being read. And this came in my bento box last month. Ivar Time Walker. It's a time travel adventure. It's pretty cool. Look.
This is such a weird angle. I'm like,
I know.
No,
I hate that angle, but all right, so Dee
you
left her tripod in the Nashville West studio, so we only have one tripod. So the tripod we would usually use for you guys on Facebook is nowhere to be found, and
hey,
so we
I
just
wasn't told
kind
I need to bring it. My
of rigging. Well, you know, I just assumed that you would know we use two tripods. Johnny's got one.
You can't assume anything right now. I have pregnancy brain.
I know. Have we announced that officially?
No.
So, surprise! Tell them.
Oh, I'm pregnant. I think I just did.
Do we know what it is yet?
No.
All we know is that there are
It's a baby.
four other girls that are going to be big sisters.
Yeah. Yes, I have 4 girls. So everybody, keep your fingers crossed. It's a boy.
You know, my brother did that. My brother and his wife did that. They had 3 girls, and he was committed to having a boy. So they went for it a 4th time, and they lucked out. They got 2 of them.
Whoa.
Twins.
Wow.
Twin boys.
Oh, awesome. I would be okay with that. But it's
no,
not. I had my first...
they were super.
Well, I had my first ultrasound. It's one baby. Just one.
Unless one's hiding behind the other one. Surprise, Mom!
Yeah.
Yep. It's happened.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah, and I am older, you know, so
Yeah.
the odds go up.
Yep. So anyway, so welcome for the first time ever. You've never been here before, have you?
I haven't been in here. No, I've been outside.
Oh, that's right. When we did a couple of trips, we met here.
Yep.
But so you see that we're under construction outside.
Yeah.
We're still dealing with a water problem that has plagued us for a long time. That's why the studio is not here anymore. But we're working on that. So we got some huge news.
What?
Huge news! The month of June was one of the biggest...
Like, wait a minute, that already passed.
Yeah, I know. The sales records from Diamond Distributors came out this week, and the month of June was one of the highest grossing, highest selling months for comics in the last 20 years.
Oh, wow.
People are buying comics. In particular, Civil War II, #1, sold 500,000 copies. And Batman Rebirth, #1, sold 400,000. Now, the last book to sell that many was Amazing Spider-Man 700, 3 or 4 years ago, sold right at 700,000.
Wow.
So, huge month in June, and those are just the two top selling books. Everything else, was a beneficiary of those high sales. So people are going back into comic shops.
Awesome.
And we're seeing more and more comic shops spring up.
It keeps us in business.
That's right. So all of you at the comic book shops that are watching us live right now, because we know you don't have anything better to do, you're off the floor. Nah, we're kidding.
Don't insult our audience, John.
We know you guys are busy because people are coming in buying comics. Why do you think that is, Dee? If you were to hazard a guess.
I don't know. Maybe there's a comic book shop close to them. That's my problem. I don't have one close to me. Like, the closest one to me is like 30 minutes away. So
Franklin, Tennessee. Star-based Comics.
Still 30 minutes away.
Oh, okay. And that's a brand new one that popped up. And I guess there's another new one up here in Hendersonville that just opened up. I haven't even been there yet. They're opening up all over the country.
Well, cool.
In the meantime, all of the magic shops around the country are closing down.
Oh.
That really sucks.
Yeah.
I live in a city that has tons of comic shops. At least, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least that I can count off the top of my head.
Hold on while Johnny counts for me.
Comic City 2, right down here in Rivergate. Rick's Comic City. 2 Great Escapes and Starbase Comics. And I guess the new one in Hendersonville. So 6. 6 shops right here in the Metro Davidson County area. Not one magic shop.
You should open one.
Yes.
I do not want to be in the retail business. I have no desire to do that at all. At all. And when I do think I have a desire to do that, I get a punch upside the head by reality. So anyway, speaking of sold out and high sales, last week we talked about the new Iron Man. You remember this? Riri Williams.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Because I memorized stuff. And then everything I memorized was in the video I played. And I was like, ah! No!
How are you?
Ah! Just in case you missed that.
Well, so we kind of broke that news Wednesday night. We were the first broadcast to actually feature it and talk about it.
Oh.
Because the news broke that afternoon. And so since then, the internet has broken in half. Because you got these misogynistic basement dwellers who are saying, that's not my Marvel. That's not Iron Man. Or, those guys are like, if I wanted a girlfriend, I'd just create one on my computer. and then you got the racists. Yeah. We're going to talk about that later. Then we got the racists who are complaining that, not only is she a woman, but she's a black woman. And, what is it? When did the geek community become a community filled with racists, homophobes, and misogynists?
I think it's always been that way, John. I think people are just now getting ballsy enough to say something.
We see, we got comments here and we can't read them. Jennifer Robinson, I'm here. I love everything else in the comics now too. Oh, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Jennifer, for joining us. I can't read all of it because it's sideways.
Did you see your head in there? You're like,
yeah. But thank you for joining us, Jennifer. So you got that side that are complaining that it's a black woman, and then you've got the other side that are complaining that it's a black woman who was created and written by a white man. And so you got people who are complaining, they're racists and misogynists on this side, and then on this side you have the social justice warriors who are saying that a black character can't be written by a white writer, that it has to be, that a black woman character has to be written by a black woman writer. And I think that's just absolutely ridiculous.
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and just stop you there, because with all the stuff that's going on right now, with all the racial crap and the Black Lives Matter and all, don't even, I mean, I've just been beside myself upset for the last few days about, and, you know, I don't even want to talk about it.
But I thought we were over being offended by everything. You can't please anybody anymore. No. Everybody's so upset. Did you hear the news today about the new Disney movie? I think it's pronounced Manoa or Manoe, something like that.
I think I know what you're talking
It's a Polynesian princess. Mm-hmm. She, you know, South Pacific, Polynesian, and her companion, her mentor, her spirit guide, whatever, is this demigod that they used to worship in the Polynesian islands, and he's this huge, hulking, barrel-chested guy, all tatted up, and these people, and I gotta say, they're I'm gonna offend some people here, but I'm gonna say it.
You know what, Johnny? You gotta say. I mean, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. If you get offended by something, I think it's a personal problem. I really do. I mean,
yeah. Here it is. Here's a picture of it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. There you guys go. Can you guys see that in the camera? Yeah. There you go. Anyway, there he is. Can you see it? Yeah, you guys can see it.
It's The Rock.
And
that's right.
It is. It's voiced by The Rock.
As soon as I saw him, I was like, "That's The Rock."
Well, and he's the one who does the voice.
Yeah.
And all of the artists and all of the writers were Polynesian. All of the voice actors are Polynesian, and yet these white social justice basement dwellers are crying foul that they are using a racial stereotype to project this Polynesian god. And everybody involved in the production is Polynesian. If someone had a problem with it, they would have said it by now. And I'm sorry, anyone who watches pro wrestling, there are a lot of Samoan and Polynesian wrestlers, and that's how they're built. That's how they're shaped. It's not a racial stereotype.
Like I said,
it's just
John,
they're big.
It doesn't matter. Everybody gets offended.
I'm offended.
But
You're offensive.
I'm sure there's some people that are offended that I'm on the show because I'm a woman. You know? I mean...
We hear from them from time to time.
Yeah, so who... She showed me her boob.
Did she really?
I'm offended.
And I missed it? Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, we get those letters. You can hear them.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm so sorry. I would love your show, except that blonde-haired girl just irritates me to no end. Mom, would you bring me a sandwich?
You know what? I'm not going to stop doing the show because I might irritate a couple of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to live my life around because somebody may be offended. I'm sorry. If you're offended, don't watch it.
Well said. So, last week, we talked about Finding Dory crushing the box office competition.
Yeah.
This past Friday, Secret Life of Pets opened up. Weekend gross over $105 million. Crushed it. Crushed everybody and everything.
Whoa.
And knocked Dory down to number 3. And actually, Legend of Tarzan jumped up to number 2. But Dory's still in the top 3, over $500 million. It's probably going to hit $1 billion before it's said and done. But Secret Life of Pets had the largest opening of any animated film ever.
Wow.
And one of the top openings of 2016. So the top 3 movies so far of 2016 look like it's going to be Captain America: Civil War, Finding Dory, and Secret Life of Pets. 2 rated G animated features. What does that say about the box office movie consumer?
I don't like it when you give me pop quizzes like this.
Well, no. What do you think that means? What do you think that says about
I don't
us as
know.
moviegoers?
I know that when I go, I like to take my children.
Yeah.
And so that would have been...
Deadpool was wildly successful, but it was still disappointing in terms of total box office receipts. And I maintain it's because it was a rated R movie.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Batman vs. Superman didn't even come close to hitting their projected mark. And I'm saying it's because all of the previews were so dark, so depressing, so intense. You know, parents were, after Deadpool, parents were afraid to take their kids to something like that.
I would agree with that.
You know, you got the hyper testosterone turtles barely even, you know, making a mark in the box office. And
have you seen it?
no, I haven't been able to go see it. It looks better than the first one. I mean, the first one wasn't horrible, but it...
The first one was better.
Really?
It was kind of disappointing.
Michael Bay, what can you say? He did Armageddon too, which sucked. Did you ever see Armageddon? It's an hour and a half of special effects, and that's it. No story.
Oh, no, I guess they probably
And
did.
Michael Duncan Clark, oh Lord, I'm gonna die, get me out of this spaceship.
Back it up there,
I
Johnny.
want to watch it now.
Reel it in a little bit.
Although, wait, Liv Tyler was in that, wasn't she? Yeah, she was pretty good.
Yeah.
Didn't it have Bruce Willis in it? Or am I thinking of something completely different?
Steven Tyler's daughter.
Batfleck.
Didn't it have Bruce Willis in it?
Yeah,
Because he was
yeah,
the dad. He
yeah,
was her
he
dad.
played her dad. Yeah,
So yeah, I did see
And-
it.
and-
I liked it.
It
and-
also had Batfleck.
Yeah, Batfleck was in it, and you know.
I am not a fan. I'm sorry.
I don't want to lose
Not a fan.
I don't even know that song. Aerosmith?
I don't want to fall asleep cause I'd miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing.
Awesome. So,
I know music. That's my thing.
well, what's hip, hot happening? What's going on in music? Tell us. Since you know
I don't
music.
know the gossip.
Because you certainly don't know comics.
Hey.
No, that's okay. That's why we love her. Because Dee, and I've said this for years, Dee, you represent the fan watching us right now that loves the comic movies,
Yep.
but they don't know anything about the comic books.
Very little.
And so you bring up good questions, and you provide a forum to make me look smart, which is perfect.
These
hard
are
to do.
Awesome.
That's why you hired a ditzy blonde girl
That's
to
not
make
a
you
soft
look
tester.
smart.
Hey, I ain't no dummy, baby. All right, so hey, we got to get to the main event. We're going to skip new comics this week. I'll tell you why.
That's my whole thing.
I know.
Why am I here?
Because we're going to have more fun
Okay.
with our special guests. Last night, we got to go to a sneak... Well, I got to go. You bailed out at the last
Oh,
minute.
I'm sorry. I was at home. Bleh. My bad.
we
Yeah, I mean, I could have came and sat beside you and said, bleh, your popcorn back there, but you probably wouldn't like that.
No, I wouldn't have. Nashville sneak peek of the new Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah. I saw your review. You liked it. I know I'm going to hate it if you liked it. I mean, you and I just don't agree on, like, anything. Ever. When it
No,
comes
that's
to
not
movies.
true.
No.
Oh, it's movies, yeah.
No.
You and I have very different tastes in movies.
Hey, I didn't say I was going to hate. I mean, I didn't say I did hate it. I said I was going to hate it.
Well, no, you're not.
No, not.
Because this movie was
No, it's
really,
got Melissa
really
McCarthy
good.
in it. I love everything
Okay,
she does.
well, we're gonna talk about Melissa McCarthy, but we're gonna welcome our very special guests.
Okay.
Dun, dun,
We've
dun.
got the Tennessee Ghostbusters with us. Come on in, guys. And we're gonna squeeze as tight as we can. Come right here, Jamie.
Yep.
You can stand right
Come
in
on,
front of me.
girlfriend. Look.
Something's in there.
We got Clark,
Hey!
Gavisk, and Weller. The Tennessee Ghostbusters.
Hey!
Well,
They can't see you on Facebook.
That's okay.
three of the Tennessee Ghostbusters, and
Winston.
No, I still can't see you, brother.
I'm here.
You'll be able to hear him.
Yeah.
And you can see my favorite Ghostbuster right here. I'm in love with Jamie Lee. She's my sweetheart. And last night we were all at the Ghostbusters Nashville sneak peek, but were you with them in California? You guys got to go to the red carpet premiere at
green carpet.
Green carpet because it was slime.
It's our button.
But at Mann's Chinese
so
Theater,
Yep.
saw it on the largest IMAX screen in the world.
One of the largest, yeah.
So talk about that experience. Talk about that trip and what you guys saw, what you did.
The sleepless trip.
Yeah.
There was no sleep.
No
How
sleep.
many from Tennessee went?
We had 12.
Oh, yeah.
And 300 total Ghostbusters at the premiere?
350,
3 to 350.
Wow.
We've been hearing different
Everywhere
numbers,
there were
It was
Ghostbusters.
crazy.
Wow.
Khakis, as far as you could see.
Except for Adam, because he had
Yeah,
to be different.
Adam in the blue suit.
No, I saw another blue one.
Yeah, there was
There
a
were a
few.
couple.
Yeah.
There was a
There are
few.
odd ones out.
Now, those,
two blues.
those are based on the animated series, right?
It's
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
one scene,
Oh, okay.
pretty much, in part 2.
Yeah. Well, and the promotional
Right.
material. So.
See, I don't even remember
It's
that
like
from
nobody
Ghostbusters
does,
2.
but you go back and watch them on montage and you'll see it.
But I remember on the cartoon series, they all had different colored
Right, yeah.
jumpsuits. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Pretty cool.
so
That's
what?
okay. They see me
What,
all the time. You stand up there.
what was it like? Tell our audience what it was like being on the green carpet when the stars of the film arrived. You guys saw Melissa McCarthy. You saw
Oh,
It was awesome!
oh my God.
Kristen Wiig,
Kate
McKinnon,
McKinnon! Kate McKinnon!
Kate
Leslie
McKinnon.
Jones.
Holy cow!
Easily the
Yeah.
best part of it was watching their reaction when they saw what kind of reaction they were getting from us.
Yeah.
Really?
It blew their
Because
mind. 'cause
They
At
were-
that point, we hadn't seen the movie, so I'm sure they weren't expecting a very warm reception. And when they showed up, the crowd went nuts.
Well, so let's talk about that for a minute. So for 2 years, we've been hearing about this movie. We've been
Oh,
talking
man.
about this movie.
Yeah, we've been-
Yeah.
When they
pretty much.
first announced it 2 years ago, we were at Great Escape, doing Tales from the Geek, and I remember we announced the news, and I was just like, really?
What everybody
Me too.
said.
I was like, you know,
can't bust ghosts.
yeah, I'm like an all-female
Did you hear that?
cast. You know, I
We've
was
heard
one of
that
the,
too.
I wasn't
Yeah.
like dogging it, but I was just like, it felt like a gimmick to me. It felt like it was forced, and you know, to me there was no reason to do it. You know, the first movie was perfect.
Yep.
The second movie less so. But you know, when you have the highest-grossing comedy in box office history, why do you want to reboot it and remake it? That was my thought,
Because
right?
it's the highest grossing comedy in box
That's-
office history.
And what is
The
the
new
Logos
generation.
logo? It's like the third most
Third or
recognized
second,
symbol
something
of all
like that.
time.
It's like
So,
Coke
just-
and maybe Nike beat it out.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
Like it's incredibly well recognized. Probably less so now that like most of the modern generation hasn't seen the original movies.
Go to Walmart, look at the DVD section. Every movie has a no ghost patch.
Everyone put out by Sony anyway.
Pretty
But
much.
also, we were in the age of everybody remaking old movies. We're
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
reliving our childhood.
Talk to the
And
camera.
we're all reliving our
I was
childhood. And
about
we're
to say
hi.
There's only a couple million people watching. You can relax.
All of the millions.
No, we are in the age of remakes, and remakes in general irritate the fire out of me. You know, if you did it right the first time, you don't need to do it again. Some have been better, I have to admit.
Most are not.
You know, but most are just You know, like Red Dawn.
Didn't see it.
The remake of Red Dawn, it was a good movie. If
Wasn't
it hit,
the original one also a remake in the first place?
no,
Or
no.
was it a TV show that they did?
No.
So I can't remember.
No.
I don't.
No, they did a TV show inspired by the movie Red Dawn called America.
Mm.
It was a miniseries.
America.
Yeah, with a K.
America.
America with a K.
America.
But
So
But,
that's
you know,
where
the-
that came from.
but the new Red Dawn movie, if they had never made the first one, would have been good.
Right.
But when I watch it through the lens of my memories and nostalgia and history, that first movie was perfect the way it was. There was no reason to remake it. And so the new one is kind of like not very memorable. It's like, okay, but you know, from the first one, you remember Wolverines and you know, C. Thomas Howell drinking the blood of the the deer, and it was awesome.
You know, I heard they're remaking Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah, see,
Again,
Hey.
I saw a poster for the new It.
Yeah, they remade that.
Ew,
Well,
ew. Why
yeah.
would you want to do that? I've
Yeah.
already been,
Well,
one
I would
generation
argue
of
that it's
trauma
not
is
really
enough.
A remake, more of a readaptation.
Yeah, but see, in a reimagining, but why do that? Why do that?
Yeah, my thing is come out with something new, guys.
Exactly.
You know,
Well,
there's people out there
We're
that
out
can
of
do it.
original ideas.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt about this Ghostbusters movie.
Everybody did.
And for the last 2 years, that's what everyone's been saying. And then we talked about the misogynists.
yeah.
A lot of those.
Especially over the last 2 months, they have come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
The men's right activists are like trying to trash this film. We talked about, there was a guy on Reddit
Oh yeah.
that he was like, there are too many positive reviews coming out.
Yeah.
We
What
gotta
can we
gotta
do to make it not?
What can we do to
make
bury
it
the
bomb?
positive reviews?
I'm like, what?
Whoa.
Yeah, that happened.
So that happened, and so you guys went to the world debut.
Yep.
The actors and the cast and the crew, they've been hearing all of this negative, all of this diss in the film
Right.
for 2 years, and especially over the last 2 to 3 months. And all of a sudden they get out, and the crowd is going
It was
crazy
insane.
for them.
Insane.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to capture a picture of the exact moment
You
when
did,
they
and it was
realized the
excellent.
reaction that they were getting.
It was excellent.
Aw.
Yeah,
And
That-
you can
all
just
of their
see the look
faces are
on
like-
all of their faces.
Aw.
It was
Awesome.
the perfect
And
picture.
Dan looked a little emotional.
Oh yeah, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I
Dan
caught
Aykroyd.
I caught the moment when he saw us and he
Yeah.
just like the O face, and you know
This
Harold
is-
Ramis's daughter showed up and she got really emotional.
That
Yeah.
was.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, so
The-
go ahead.
The
Good
real,
job, you guys.
Yay!
the real telling thing was when we went into the theater, and Paul Feig had managed to get us in to the main theater where they showed the
Yeah,
premiere to the
Dan Aykroyd,
actual
actually.
Yeah.
celebrities and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
Yeah.
he got us in there, and he said, we saw him when we were walking in, and he said, I'll be in there in just a minute to introduce the movie to you guys. And we're like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He comes in, he's stuttering,
He's
he's
nervous
shaking,
wreck.
he's scared. He's like, this is the most terrified I've ever been to show something that I made to someone.
Aw.
I
Feels
really
bad.
want
Yeah,
you guys
it
to
was-
like this.
I got a video of that.
Yeah,
too.
you got a video of
Well,
him talking to us. But
Because he's got to be thinking.
he's heard horrible things.
Yeah.
He's heard horrible things, and you got to think back to 1999.
Yeah.
Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah.
Huge anticipation, crowds, throngs of people waiting in line, standing in line to see this movie, and then so many people who were disappointed by it, fake fans in my opinion. And
I like it.
and-
I like it too.
hey, it's my
I
show.
think we're the only
It's
two
my
that
show.
like it.
It may be your show.
We'll just be
but I'm going
fine.
to respectfully disagree with you.
So you know, in his mind, he's got to be thinking, "Oh my God, I hope I don't have a Phantom Menace on my hands." And you know, if this doesn't go
That would
well,
be
what
bad.
am I going
It
to
could
do?
break him if it didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
They could break the
It's
studio.
career
I
ending.
mean,
They got a lot of money in that.
but then the overwhelming reaction to you guys before you even see the film, and then you see the movie,
Oh.
and I'm going to fast forward to the Nashville sneak peek so we
Right.
can share
Yeah.
this experience together. I went in with an open mind,
Right.
ready to be impressed, but ready to be disappointed at the same time. You know, I was like, I'm going to go watch the movie, and I hope it's good. This is what I'm thinking, and we talked about this last week. I was like, I hope it's good. I hope it does really well. I feel like the timing is right for it to do really well, but if it's not good, word's going to get out really fast, and it's just
Yeah.
going
To
to
get
kill
buried
it.
with all the movies
Yeah.
out now. I get buried.
So I went in,
Next week you got Star Trek.
and I smiled from ear to ear, from beginning to end. It was so good. It was so good. And it hit all the right notes, all the right beats. It paid homage to all the right things in all the right ways. That I only had one disappointment.
What was that?
I really wanted them to at least recreate the one scene. Don't cross the streams.
Right.
I was surprised they didn't come on
Yeah.
the wall.
I wanted that the entire time.
But they did so many nods to the
Yeah, they did.
original Ghostbusters. So many. Like this
But they
was my
crossed the
So
second
it was a
viewing.
reboot then?
But it's its
Yeah.
own thing.
It was a
But it's,
reboot, okay.
it's its own thing.
But the
though,
cross the
so.
stream
Yeah,
thing
it really
should
was.
be a standard safety precaution
Right.
for
But-
equipment.
But this was my second viewing. I saw things last night that I didn't see the first time we saw it. Little nods to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you got. Oh,
And there
Were you
there
like
was-
super
they put
excited
so
to be
much-
the premiere?
For
You
the
probably
first time, we were like,
yeah.
Well, they actually dropped little Easter eggs as nods to this fan group.
Yeah.
Yes.
To the Ghostbusters
They
fans.
actually,
Like,
they
look, it
actually
gives me
lifted
goosebumps.
real
Oh, God, look at these
comments
goosebumps.
from YouTube for comments
Yeah.
in the movie.
Oh wow.
Because like they upload some of their videos to YouTube as they're going around doing their investigations, and so like there are little comments on the videos that are comments that they actually lifted from the internet.
That's so
And-
cool.
Including some of the ugly ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly
the ugly ones.
Yeah, and you know, I gotta say, it was really an outstanding movie. And my and we were talking about Melissa
McCarthy.
She wasn't a slapstick comedian in this. She played the straight man.
There was one scene.
Right, when she was possessed.
Yeah.
Well, no, not even that. It was the when they're testing the equipment.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But for,
Oh, yeah.
but for the most part, she played
She
the
was
straight
good.
man,
Yeah.
which is rare for her.
Right.
She's usually the
Yeah.
slapstick
I was
comedian.
waiting to see her fall and go, I fell.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That was really
Yeah.
more wig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she lost like a ton of weight.
Yeah.
She's probably not gonna be able to do that anymore. Like,
Right.
you know.
Leslie
I mean,
Jones did too.
Yeah, Leslie
Yeah.
Jones.
Did.
Leslie looked great
Yeah.
on Red
Dude,
Carpet.
she was awesome.
She
looked fantastic.
impressed the fire out of me because a lot of the early reviews were, "Oh, she's playing a racial stereotype." You know,
Right.
She's gonna be loud and proud.
You cast the token black woman and you make her a racial stereotype. I didn't feel like that was the case at all. I felt like she played a real person.
Yeah.
I will say I went in thinking that Leslie Jones was going to be my favorite character from the movie, and she wasn't, but she was really high up
Oh
there.
yeah,
Who
she
was?
was.
I think I can say without any second
Or-
guessing here that everybody that's seen this movie, their favorite character was Jillian Holtzman.
Let's
Yes.
eat Pringles.
Yes,
That makes
Holtzman.
sense later.
Yeah,
Pringles.
she
She was
yeah,
She's
yeah.
obsessed with her parabolas.
she's on my hall pass list
Yeah.
officially. And
Yes, mine too.
Yeah.
yours too, yeah. That's all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, she was so awesome. She was like this awesome mashup of Bill Murray's character
Yeah.
and Egon,
The mad scientist.
Harold
She was-
Ramis's character,
yeah, she was
with
just-
with a little bit of Han Solo thrown in there
Well,
for
they
good measure.
kind of, each of the Ghostbusters sort of represented different aspects of the original ones with new aspects thrown in.
Yeah.
Like Melissa McCarthy represented a few aspects from Venkman, Bill Murray's character with, like her pushing them to start the business, and, then also Ray and her excitement to get out there
Yeah.
and do the ghost busting.
The
It was
hearts.
like, they all sort of equally represented different aspects. Not one of them was any one character from the original series.
And they're different. I mean, that's what I like. They wasn't the same as the old, which is redone.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
a later
glad they
version of
didn't
Peter
type
Venkman. No, it's his
No.
own person.
Hey, you know what?
That's cool.
I just had a panic moment.
Why?
Someone might want to peek behind there and just make sure we're still
Oh
rolling.
yeah, I thought about that, but
Are we still good? Okay, good, good.
We're still
anyway,
here.
so I assume
Yeah.
so.
every now and again we lose a signal and it drops off, and we're like, oh, we just did 30 minutes with no camera rolling. Yeah.
So then it's just the Facebook
well, we don't have
video.
our backup monitor. We
Yeah,
can't see
yeah.
what's
So
going
we're
on.
We have a
flying by.
mirror.
We don't.
There's an idea.
We do somewhere. That's not a bad
Next
idea.
time.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Her character was Voltzman. Is that
Holtzman.
Holtzman. Golly, she was so hot. She
Yeah,
was
she
so
was.
cool. She was so
She
just.
really was.
But she definitely got all the cartoon Egon references.
Oh man, she.
Well, she had the cartoon Egon
She
hair,
had the.
Yeah,
It was
all-
great. It was.
Yeah.
It was just. Oh.
and I loved everything about her. She was just a
Look,
fantastic
you guys are
character.
like
And Mike
getting
Mitchell.
out of
Hi.
the picture there.
Mike Mitchell says hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hi,
Mike. How you doing, brother?
Hey.
We got a lot of people commenting and liking, and
Mike Mitchell's also one of our
Wake up.
Tennessee guys.
yeah, he's one of
Yes.
the Tennessee Ghostbusters as well, and the regular crew is watching, and so thanks, guys. So what else do you guys want to talk about Ghostbusters? What other things?
They've got a whole Marvel thing going. They want a universe with cartoons and what?
Don't forget.
What?
Don't forget.
Don't forget.
You
Stay
need
after
to
the movie.
stay until the very end. Keep going.
After
Let
the
all the
credits,
credits
everything.
roll. Stay.
And
Please stay.
There's stuff that plays
Stay.
during the credits. It'll keep you entertained.
The people
Right.
would not listen to us last night. We tried to tell them, and they missed it.
They missed it.
Stay.
really hope, because we'll have to wait for the DVD Blu-ray release, the dance number. I want to see the unedited dance number.
I somehow
Just
feel
fun-
like that's
fun-
not going to be
Fun
put back
fact.
into the movie.
Fun fact
Why?
about the dance number. It did not. They've had it in the test, and everybody hated it. That's why they pulled it out.
Well, of
I've
course.
got to say a little hallelujah there.
But
I think
as an
it had
extra on the
Oh, yeah,
DVD
definitely.
release,
Yeah,
that would be
definitely.
awesome.
I think had it been a short scene,
Yeah.
it might have worked. But apparently,
It was a
whole song, and it
Well,
goes on
you know,
for like 3 or 4 minutes.
they were channeling the mask.
And
You
you
remember
see-
that?
yeah,
You see
like
the
mask?
you see the whole scene in the
It turned-
credits,
Yeah.
and it's like it goes on for a while.
Yeah.
It's like
It is
okay, I
pretty
can
long.
see why this
And
wouldn't have
the length
worked.
of an entire song.
But it was funny though.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the movie. But yeah, they have big plans. If this movie go watch the movie.
Go
Yes.
see
A
it,
million
everybody.
times. That's the thing.
Go see
So-
it as many times as your pocketbook will allow,
Yes.
So it opens
and then more.
officially this Friday night. Are there midnight openings or early screenings?
Thursday-
Thursday,
Thursday,
7
8
o'clock. I
is it
think
7?
is when they first start showing
Yeah.
us. I could be mistaken.
We're going to be at the Franklin Theater all weekend.
Thoroughbred 20.
Yeah, but
Cool.
those early Thursday releases have kind of become normal for
Right.
what they
Right.
hope is going to be a big box office smash. And all indications now from all of the reviews are that this is going to hit what it's going to do what they wanted to
Yeah.
do.
It's
Pre-sales
going to do
looking
well.
good.
I think it's going to do well the first week. I'm concerned about after that because the
Star
following week
Trek.
we have Star Trek Beyond.
See, but
That's cool, but-
here's the thing. There's no buzz on Star Trek Beyond.
I really
Not
haven't heard
yet.
anything.
Yeah.
I haven't heard
seen
anything.
a lot either. to be
I
honest
mean,
with you.
there's been buzz on this movie for 2 flippin' years.
Mostly
Yeah.
negative buzz,
But a lot of people
Hey,
are
well,
watching.
still
negative
buzz.
is still buzz.
That's
I
right.
mean, people
Exactly.
still wanted to see it just to see if it
So
lived
pe-
up
yeah.
to the negativity. Or
Yeah,
not.
people are going to go see it out of curiosity,
Exactly.
out of love for the actresses, especially Melissa McCarthy. She's got a
Love
huge
for the
fan base,
property.
Like me.
and then there are going to be a lot of people who read the reviews.
Woo! You get left out.
A lot of people who were fans of the original movie, they're reading the reviews. They're seeing shows like us where we're saying, "Go see this movie. It was great."
Right.
And they're going to go, I think it's going to do really well opening weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I think word of mouth, positive vibe will carry it through the second weekend.
I kind of almost think that I was going to say, I kind of almost think that the bigger fan of the original movies you are, the more you're going to enjoy them.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a fun movie.
Well,
It's very fun.
I would say you're
don't
right,
have to,
but you don't
but-
have to be a fan. You don't have to have ever seen any Ghostbusters
Right.
movie
Yeah.
at all to enjoy
No
this.
history required.
Yeah, it starts fresh, and I think that's why they started it fresh. Was
Yeah.
that there was no baggage to work from.
I also want to point out, just so we're transparent here, none of us were paid.
No,
Yeah.
we're not
Quite the
paid.
opposite.
People
in
say
fact.
we were paid to go to LA.
No.
Not true.
No.
They gave us
We
a
paid.
free. They let
I could
us
show
go
you my bank account
in
to prove that.
costume. Yeah, they let us go in costume to the premiere as members of our Ghostbusters fan group, the cosplaying group that we are part of.
But
And
you had to pay for your
we
airfare,
paid for our airfare,
Yeah.
we paid
Hotel.
for our hotel rooms,
Food.
Transportation,
food, transportation,
Drinks.
They, they did.
And I
feed us-
saw a
they
lot
did
of
feed us
drinking.
One time.
I don't know what
They
you're
did
talking about.
feed us
I
one
didn't-
time.
I don't-
And that was a pizza party right before the showing.
After
that
we
went to.
stood on the green carpet for 4 hours in the sun, watching everybody, all
5
the
hours
stars
in
come
some
out.
cases.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It
Oh
was.
my
It
god.
was-
I mean,
Experience. though.
just
It's
so
well
you
worth it.
understand, we're
The weather
not
was
coming from a
gorgeous.
place where we were paid to say these things. That's actual feelings.
And
Yes.
I will say this though, I've not seen any negative comments from official Ghostbusters
Yeah.
or Ghostbuster clubs. I have.
Because they will be
has there been-
sanctioned.
There has been a few, but there's been a lot of people that say this movie's going to be garbage, and they watch it like,
We're
I'm,
shilling.
I'm
Usually
not
it's
going to
not
talk
bad.
anymore. It was
Not
good.
bad.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I mean, that happened. So
Yeah,
a lot more than I haven't seen any negative stuff on. it,
yeah,
so.
I've
yeah.
seen some, but I'm not convinced that they actually saw the movie. They're just hating.
Right, haters gonna hate.
The ones from the
Haters gonna
Ghostbusters groups that have put out didn't like it type of reviews, they've been pretty balanced. Like they're not just like, I hate this movie because of, I just don't like Melissa McCarthy, so I hate this movie altogether or anything
Right.
like that. It's
Okay,
like
well,
certain things just didn't work for them.
Well, like I said earlier, you can't satisfy everybody.
well.
Exactly.
So,
Here's the important thing to note: the biggest like slams against this movie were that it was a man-hating movie.
Yep.
and that it was a
I mean, it's
feminist
everything hating
agenda
movie.
movie. Those were the two biggest things that people
Really?
said it was going to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And guys, that criticism isn't valid in the least. There was no feminist agenda. There was no man-hating. If anything, there was man-loving and objectification.
Well, everyone like that hasn't seen the movie seems to be saying that like, oh, they just like make all the men in the movie look stupid. And it's like, no, they make everybody in the movie look stupid. That's not a Ghostbuster.
Well,
Pretty much.
I don't know. What's his name?
Hemsworth.
No. The mayor.
Garcia.
Yeah, well,
Andy Garcia, man.
He was pretty
always
special.
the coolest
He was
dude in the
chill.
room. And he still was, man. I was
he
like,
kept it cool.
I
didn't
want
he?
him as my mayor, man.
He was awesome.
But I mean, like everybody in the movie that wasn't them was
Mayor from
stupid. So.
Jaws.
Yeah, you're right.
Except for the bad guy. He was.
So we y'all 2 thumbs up, 1 thumbs up.
Two
Two
way up.
thumbs up.
It,
Me
I'm-
too. You know,
It gets better the more times you see
Yeah.
it. Too.
That's what everybody says.
I told you it was going to be good because
Watch it in IMAX. I'm just saying.
Yeah, IMAX
Just
3D is
you-
the way to see it.
This movie, what was the score?
It's the only movie I know that had a perfect score on the 3D charts. The first
That's
one to do
that's
it.
important. You really need to see this.
And
This is
as
what
I
a perfect
under-
score looks like.
As I understand it, it's the only one where the effects actually break
broke the
Breaks
barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I gotta say the color palette in this movie
I
was
like pops.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just the cinematography, the colors, all of the special effects, the animations
The
were just
score was amazing.
Their scenes,
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was great.
It was
The-
good.
One of the highlights
And
is
their
definitely
costume.
hearing Ray Parker Jr.'s theme song orchestrated.
dude
Yes.
has made a mint again.
Woo!
He was saying that when he went and saw it, he tweeted that it brought him to tears hearing the different renditions of his theme song.
Well, so yeah, well, because his bank account is going.
Oh, yeah,
cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. He's happy, man. But
If only Huey Lewis hadn't opened his mouth, maybe he'd be making bank off it.
yeah. Now, I will say this: the most touching moment was right before that final end credit scene.
Spoilers.
This is a spoiler. At the end of the credit crawl,
I'm just kidding.
it just 3 words: for Harold Ramis.
Yes.
Yeah.
It chokes me up just thinking about it.
For
one of
those
our
of us
buddies.
in this area, there was also dedication to a friend of ours who died in a car crash about a year ago.
Oh, really? I didn't
Ryan
know.
Ryan
Oh,
Kemp
wow.
had his own, and then
He was a
too.
super Ghostbusters fan.
And
he
it says
he lived
super
it.
fan Ryan Kemp. It's in the
Yeah.
credits.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
He-
He
Aw.
actually died in his uniform.
There's the Kentucky Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He was a great guy.
It's not awesome, but that's.
Well, no, it's awesome to pay tribute to
Yeah,
him.
that's awesome.
That's the kind of guy Paul is. He,
Yeah.
that's just.
He's a
He didn't
fan.
have to do that.
He
He's
took,
a fan, right?
he took
Oh, yeah.
selfies with us.
Yes.
He took selfies with us.
There's from his Twitter account. There's a massive selfie of him in front of all of us in the theater that he
Yeah.
took while we were there.
That's
God,
awesome.
goosebumps.
Great.
That's awesome.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, go see Ghostbusters this weekend. We want to thank the Tennessee Ghostbusters for being here with us live. And you guys have a Facebook page?
Tennessee Ghostbusters on Facebook.
Or
And
what was it
TN-GB.com.
Yep. So go give them a like, show them some love, and that'll be
Follow us
awesome.
on Twitter.
And that's going to wrap us up for this week, Dee.
Oh, well, you gotta tell everybody we're not gonna be here.
Yeah, we're
for
going to go on
next week.
hiatus for a couple of weeks. We'll be back the
Aw.
first Wednesday in August.
I know.
What
So,
will I do with my
gonna miss
Wednesdays?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be on the beach. And
Make props.
look, so we've
You
done
can
this
call me.
before.
Show
Show
can
from
chat.
the beach.
We've
Yeah.
done this before.
This just gives you
We
time
can go see
to
Ghostbusters.
Do it!
build-
That's what.
Do it!
Yes.
That's what we're
It's
going
a
to do.
date.
We're going to do it.
Yes. All of us need
We
to
take
go.
it over?
Yes.
We'll watch Ghostbusters.
Hey, you know
okay.
what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You could go. You could come see.
Wait a
Ghostbusters.
minute. Would you
Uh-oh.
guys like to take over for the next 2 weeks?
Oh.
I don't know if I like that responsibility.
Oh. We'll talk about that off the air. If you guys like that idea, give us a thumbs up
Yeah.
on Facebook. Send us an email at comicstravaganza@gmail.com. Make sure you go to the Facebook page, Comicstravaganza, on Facebook. Like us, love us, share, comment. Follow us on Twitter at livecomics, COMIX.com. And don't forget our Patreon page. We need patrons and supporters.
Do it.
So that we're
Toss
not
some money.
jury rigging.
It's ready, Mike.
Ready to phone.
That's all. We need supporters on patreon.com/comicstravaganza. We're looking for 100
Everyone
people.
wants to take
I was gonna say, I think that's for you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Go take over.
100 people. We need 100 people to contribute $2 a month.
Just $2.
Just $2. That's less than
Yeah, Starbucks.
breakfast at McDonald's.
It's less than a Starbucks coffee.
Oh,
Yeah, less than
Yeah.
Starbucks, less than
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. $2,
Just,
100
Mr.
of it.
Starbucks for a day, and there
Get
you
the
go.
small Starbucks, and you can give us $2.
Do
That's
it.
right. Only once a month. $2 once a month. Come
Eat
on.
off the dollar
Come on.
menu. for a day.
Patreon.com/comicstravaganza. Go check it out. That's it for this week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in Facebook. We love you guys. And until the next time, swing hard, swing often.
We'll catch you on the flip side.
Flip side.
All right, let D turn off the camera.
Yeah.
We'll catch you guys later. Thanks for joining.